Stay tuned as the Patriots of Wayne Hills High School battle Bergenfield in the state semifinals. You're watching WHHS Television, Channel 36W, serving Wayne and the surrounding communities.
TV, I'm Dave Spear along with Terry Soy and Jen Lightman. And Terry, we're back again, this time a little bit more at stake.
I'll tell you, Dave, everything that's happened so far this season, it all leads up to this one big moment. It was all for this, and everything that has happened before is now in the past, and they did everything so they could get to this moment. So right here, everything is on the line.
Jen, it seems kind of fitting that we get to play Bergenfield in the playoffs.
It does. It's kind of exciting. I think that Hills is going to have to just put the past behind them and go into this game with a positive attitude.
Earlier in the week, we got a chance to talk to Coach Olson and Captain Ken Sisko about the game, so let's take a look at some of that. We're here before the start of the Wayne Hills game against Bergenfield in the state playoffs, and joining me today, Coach Olson and Ken Sisko, one of the captains of the Wayne Hills team. And guys, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Dave.
Coach, this as your first season, 7-1 and in the state playoffs, and tell me what your feelings are being in the state playoffs. Surprised or?
Yes, pleasantly so. Anytime you make it to the playoffs, regardless of what your expectations are at the beginning of a season, it's certainly a surprise because there are such a few teams, that do get a chance to play in the playoffs. So, at this point, I'm pleasantly surprised, but yet it's not as though we shouldn't be there because we do have a good group of seniors and a good football team. Last year when I talked to you, you said you've come here to turn the program around. How long did you think it would take, and are you surprised that you can turn it around in 1 year? Because certainly you've turned it around already. When you speak in terms of turning the program around, it's not necessarily done in 1 year. Regardless of the outcome of the season, I don't think our program is completely turned around. And that sounds a little bit funny, I guess, but turning around a program takes a couple of years. It really does. We were blessed this year that we have some good seniors, quite a few good senior football players, that I was able to inherit. But we still have a long way to go. And next year, we're going to lose a lot of good kids, and they're going to have to come back, and they're going to have to try to keep up the tradition that we feel we're starting to build here. But it's certainly in no way have we turned the corner, and we'll be expected to be in the playoffs every year. I don't think we're to that point yet. Ken, when I talked to you in the beginning of the year, you said you thought you guys had a chance. You said you thought the team could go all the way. But what are your feelings on being in the state playoffs?
I'm glad. The whole team's really glad. We're really excited to be in the playoffs. All along, we had a feeling we could do it, but with the new offense and the way things are going, we too are kind of surprised. But deep down inside, we all knew we had the talent to get there. Going into this game as a captain, do you feel any added pressure for preparing the team? Well, not as a captain, but I think all the starters and mostly the seniors should feel a little extra pressure with the absence of Bob Daly. Adam's coming in, he's only had one full game under his belt, that'd be Pascal Kills. But, the rest of us are going to have to pick up the slack for Adam. He's, very capable, he can do the job, but just that lack of experience, he might need a little help from the rest of us. In this game, is the emotion going to be more pressure, anxiety, or excitement? I think we're going to all have a feeling, of excitement and anxiety because, it's the state playoffs. We haven't been there in a while, and we're all very excited to be there. But I think the main feeling is, revenge, because Bergenfield beat us 12-0 earlier this year. As a team, we've all felt we've improved a lot, and we don't really know, but as Coach Olson said, he was telling us yesterday, Bergenfield's probably still the same team. We all feel we have the talent and we're a lot better team than we were before, so we want to, avenge our only loss of the season. Coach, let's talk about that first game against Bergenfield. Early on in the game, you're moving the ball really well, and a couple of fumbles hurt you. Did you think that was the turning point of the game?
Yes, Dave. I really, the fumbles were very crucial, and they came at poor times. We turned the ball over on about the 16 or 17-yard line. That resulted in a touchdown for Bergenfield, 6-0, and we gave up a long pass on a fourth down and 20 situation. So there were probably, those were probably two very, very crucial plays. in the first meeting with Bergenfield.
If you could have done anything differently, looking back on that game, what would you have done?
As far as preparation and X and O's and play selection and things like that, I wouldn't have done anything different. I would just hope that we wouldn't fumble the ball if we ever could replay that game again.
You said something interesting in the paper after that game, that talking about the character of Bergenfield, and you said in a couple of years we're going to have that same kind of character. You feel that'll be a factor in this game? You feel you have that character now?
More so than we did our first game. I'm not real sure if the kids were 100% convinced going into that first game. You know, we were we had won the first game. We had beaten Queen of Peace in a very, very poorly played game on our parts, and probably a good game on their parts. But we won 8-0. Now we're going into the second game of the season, and I'm not sure the kids went into that game with a lot of confidence. I feel at that time we were probably playing more just not to lose and maybe hoping to win, as opposed to now I really feel the kids are playing to win, and it's just a little mental aspect of the game. There's a real big difference in playing not to lose and hoping something happens, and playing to win and going out and making something happen. I think that's the level we're at now. We're playing to win and we're going out there trying to make things happen.
Let's talk about their offense. Let's start with Fasano. He's certainly the key. To stop him, do you feel you have to keep him in the pocket?
Well, you certainly can't let him drop back and break contain and start running around. In all the films we've looked at him, and I've known the kid since he was in 8th grade. It's if he gets outside you and starts running, he's deadly. He'll kill you.
Is he more dangerous with his speed and with his running than with his passing?
He's more dangerous when he kind of ad-libs a little bit. Finds a receiver, a broken play. Receivers start to return back to him. He's scrambling around, buying time. People get open. You can only cover people for so long.
Ken, about Fasano, how do you attack Tom Fasano? Is he the toughest quarterback you've gone against?
He's definitely one of the better quarterbacks in our league. He runs the option very well. He's got very good moves and he's quick. I have my keys in the game. I have certain jobs I have to do. But I mean, it's I think it's the defensive ends are gonna have to keep contained, and the outside linebackers probably.
How about their running game and their offensive line? How do you rate them, and what do you expect from them?
Well, their main offense is the option, with Fasano getting to the outside. Once in a while, they'll start out with the option by just running up the middle, straight dive plays and stuff like that, counters and traps up the middle. But I think their key to their offense is getting to the outside with Fasano going around the end. Their offensive line, they're good, but I think our defensive line can easily counter their offensive line.
How about their passing game? Are you looking to get a good pass rush? They have a couple of good receivers, Pinnell and Vallone. What are you going to have to do to stop their passing game?
Passing game, we got to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and we got to keep him in the pocket. Because if he gets outside, as the coach said, he's deadly. He'll run, or he'll get the broken play going. The defensive backs just have to play a great game covering the receivers. I was just watching some of them, and their receivers are excellent. Ron Vallone and Pinelli, or whatever the other kid's name is. Two very good receivers.
Coach, obviously you need a big game from the whole defense this week. Is there any key player, as far as stopping the option and in the secondary, is there a key player you need a really big game from?
Our defensive ends, which would be Isaacson and Brian Bonnet.
I believe Isaacson didn't start in the first Bergenfield game, did he?
He did not play defensive end in that game. But like we said, Brian Bonnet, Joe Hubbinger, and on the other side, Lance Shear, Liam Donahue, and Brian Isaacson. Those are the people that are going to have to contain the outside game. Again, I agree with Kenny, and our philosophy is we think we're fairly good inside, and we can handle their inside things as far as their isolation plays and their fullback plays and things like that. But the thing is, we're going to try to strengthen up our perimeter a little bit more this week, and that's where those four individuals are going to have to really play a heck of a game. And then the entire secondary, Hurley, Wicks, and Credidio are going to have to probably play the games of their lives.
When you guys are on offense and they're on defense, let's start with the running game. You've got three great backs. Do you plan on rotating them? Will you go with the hot runner, and you think you can run against Bergenfield?
The key to our offense is being able to run the football. The key to any offense, if Bergenfield would come out and just simply start throwing the football over the place, they would not win. They're going to have to run the football.
Establish the run.
If you remember back to our very first interview, That was one of the things we had talked about, and I kind of related back from high school right up into the pros. To win a championship, you've got to be able to run the ball successfully. And, that's the key to us. Our offensive line has developed each week, and they've gotten better and better as a unit. And we have to get off the ball, and we have to, we're not going to do anything new, really. So, I don't think you're going to win this game. You're not going to see quite the trickery that you saw out of Pascack Hills. This is going to be two good, solid football teams playing and doing the things that got them to be 7-1. And I feel that right now our offensive line is really a strong point. As far as the backs, yes, we'll continue to use both tailbacks and go with Bobby Burke at fullback.
And whoever's hot will pretty much stay in the game, whoever's running well?
Well, you see, Joe plays defense too. So we really don't want him going totally both ways. We kind of plan on him going a way and a half. There are times if we've been out on defense and the team has moved the ball on us, say 2, 3, 4 first downs, and we finally get the ball back. He's been out there. At those times, we do, try to, and we're lucky that we have, Norville and Joe. But those are the times we try to do it in key areas, to give him a break. And Norville's going to be seeing some defensive action this week too, also a linebacker. So, they're both going to have to play strong, in different parts of the game.
Ken, on the offensive line, tell us a little bit about Bergenfield's defensive line as far as blocking and everything from the last game and then this game.
Well, Dave, they run a 4-4, so the guards, both me and Joe Janish, will be covered with the defensive tackle. If you remember from last game, they got 2 big defensive tackles. The one, Grego, he's about 6'5", I'd say, at least 240, 250, somewhere up there. And the other kid is it Laskers? Pagan? Vin Pagan, and he's 67. He's probably about 6'1", 6'2", but he's about 240 also. Very big kids are going to be tough to move. Their defensive ends, they're kind of on the outside, so we're really not going to worry about them. But to the inside running game, they're very big inside and strong, so we're going to have to get down low and just keep driving our feet.
Matching the line's size, is there any difference in size between your line and theirs?
Theirs is probably a lot bigger.
Yeah.
They got that Grego kid, he's 6'5". Timmy's 6'4", but I don't know, when you put those two up back to back, Grego looks a lot taller for some reason. I don't know why. The other kid, he's a big kid going against Joe. Joe Janish weighs about 180, 190 pounds. This other kid's got him about by 50 pounds.
Coach, let's talk about the passing game a little bit. First, let's talk about Bob Daly. What's his status at this point?
Right now, to be perfectly honest, I would say he's certainly questionable at best. Which means, right as we're sitting, if we had to play a game today, Adam Ciperski would be the starting quarterback. And I certainly have a lot of confidence in Adam. He's gonna develop into a fine quarterback for us in the future. He's gonna kind of right now have to learn on the job. We're fortunate that he does have a whole game under his belt. Bobby came out only after one series last week, so he does have a whole game under his belt, and it was a close game. So it wasn't as though he just had to, hand off the ball, not really worry too much. There was a lot of pressure on him in that game, and he came through with flying colors, and he's progressed well during the week. He's a good quarterback. I certainly don't look at him as being a hinder to our offense at all.
You don't feel he'll affect the passing game at all? It'll be the same offense?
Yes.
As far as the receivers, who you're going to, is there a main receiver in the offense this week? Is there a main guy we should look for? Will it be Root or Shear?
Pretty much the same as each week. We try to get certain things going to Lance, certain things going to Joe Root. And those are probably our two, main receivers. We do get to the ball to the split ends on occasion, but in the type of thing we do, mostly play action, things like that, the tight end and slot back are the two main people.
If Ciperski does start the game, is there a chance we could see Daly coming in?
At this, again, as we stand here today on Thursday, I would probably say no. Unless, something happens between now and Saturday.
Ken, to finish things up here, from your standpoint as a captain, first of all, how do you feel the team is prepared at this point? You feel you're definitely prepared for this game?
Yeah, we've been practicing hard all week, Dave. We're very prepared.
What would you say would be the key to the game early on? What should we look for? If you're doing a certain thing, you feel you've got a good chance?
If we're moving the ball well on offense, on the ground, and if we can stop them on defense, we'll definitely win the game.
Coach, again, what do you feel are the keys to this game?
If we can come out and move the ball, move the chains like we did last time we played, keep the ball moving. You don't have to score, and you're not going to score every time you get the ball. But you've got to move the chains. You've got to get 2 or 3 first downs before you do punt. Establish field position so eventually you can take the ball back over in, at midfield somewhere. That's our goal. We're just going to come out and we're going to try to move the ball effectively. We're going to try to limit Fasano as far as him scrambling and concentrate on his outside game, the option. If we can control the option, if Tommy Fasano is not a big factor in the game, we'll win.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us, and good luck on this game.
Thank you, Dave.
So, Terry, some comments on what the coach said. First of all, as we get ready for the game, establishing the run early on.
Definitely important. A couple reasons. Bob Daly, questionable. That's a big thing right there. Ciperski, who is a good quarterback but doesn't have a lot of experience at the varsity level and really isn't known for as being as an effective passer as Bob Daly is, only because he's a year behind. Also, the weather is brutal here today. The coldest game of the season by far. I think that this weather is going to be a big factor in throwing the ball. There's a lot of wind. It's really whipping around. Everybody's hands are going to be cold. Establishing the run is going to be very important for Wayne Hills, and the thing is establishing the run early.
Jen, how about the cold? We're freezing here. Are the players feeling the cold right now, or are they just so pumped up with this being a playoff game?
I think a little bit of both. I think they're freezing. I know, the wind is going to be a tremendous factor in this game. And I just think that both teams are probably pumped up. Maybe they don't feel the cold, but it could be a big factor.
Terry, this would be your biggest prediction of the year. How about this game? To me, everywhere I look at it, it's just so close. I can't see either team right. I don't know who to pick.
I'm not going to predict the team to win this game. All I'm going to say, Dave, and I'm quoting a player from the Wayne Hills team, this game, it's going to be a war. It's going to be close. It's going to go down in the last quarter, I feel. Both teams pretty much evenly matched. Last game, a couple costly turnovers by Wayne Hills was really the key to Bergenfield winning that game. I think if Wayne Hills can keep from making those mistakes, it's going to be a real close game.
How about Fasano? Coach Olson says to stop him, they got to keep him in the pocket. They can't let him ad-lib.
Definitely. They got to put a lot of pressure on Fasano. We know what a powerful passer he can be. We know what an offensive force and threat he is, and he's really good when he improvises on the run. They have to keep him in the pocket, and a lot of pressure. We're looking from Isaacson and Bonnet, the defensive ends, as Coach Olson said. Those are going to be two important players, and that's going to be the key position of this game. And putting pressure on Fasano and keeping him in the pocket, definitely important.
We'll be back with the start of the game. Captain's meeting at center, and we're ready for the game, Terry. This is a real lot of excitement going into this one.
That's for sure, Dave.
Gorman and Daly, captains out there for Hills. Ron Vallone and Anthony Grego went out there for Bergenfield. And Gorman going with just the jersey, no T-shirt underneath, the bare stomach.
That's a little intimidating, I think. I noticed Cisco, I noticed a couple of the guys. Darryl Mintz, looking across. They're going with just the jersey. They're tough. They're ready. This cold's not affecting them at all.
It is cold. It can't be more than 30 degrees. The wind is whipping around. The wind chill factor has got to be in the teens.
I'd say below zero, Dave. It's so cold here. I haven't felt cold like this in a long time.
58 out there, but it's not on the program.
But there is something about the cold that makes you get up for a game like this.
As a player, maybe. As an announcer, no.
And no heat in the booth.
Why don't you?
But I'll tell you, Dave, everything that Wayne Hills has done, practice-wise, as far as games go, everything they've done, it leads up to this big moment right here.
Hills in the white and maroon, they'll be going from our right to our left. Bergenfield in the all-black, they'll be going from our left to our right. And Hills will get the ball first. Lance Shear is back deep for the Patriots. Kicking off for Bergenfield will be number 29, Dave Nogaki. And we're just about ready to go. This is the state playoffs, the semifinals.
Dave, this kind of reminds me of the Giants against the Bears at Soldier Field that time when it was so cold.
I know you're mentioning that. This stadium reminds you of Soldier Field.
It really does. And the weather is definitely similar.
Nogaki will kick. Good crowd support from both teams as Hills has a large contingent here as well. Fans, you hear the Bergenfield fans under us. Nogaki's kick taken by the up man Burke at the 18. Burke crosses the 20 to the 25. He's got a hole across the 30 and he's down to the 36. Tackle on the play by Scott Luke.
And relatively good field position for Wayne Hills, which is definitely going to be important. As we said, Wayne Hills has to establish the run early.
Not a bad start, and maybe kicking away from Shear, but Burke's a good returner as well. Hills comes out, and it's Ciperski at quarterback.
Yep.
So the question mark Daly, and he is not in there. Pagano out to the far side as a receiver. Perozzi's the center.
And all
Janish
the linemen are
and
going
Mintz.
without shirts, Dave. I think they're all going with that bearskin look.
Janish and Mintz on the right side. Cisco and Gorman on the left. Shear comes in motion. First down, Hills. Ciperski gives it to the fullback, Burke, up the middle, and he's stopped. Not much, maybe 2. Joe Roots, the tight end. Burke and Hubinger are the backs, as Hubinger starts at halfback today. Wicks comes into play. They give him a yard on it. It'll be a 2nd and 9. That Bergenfield defense is tough.
It is, and a lot of pressure on the Wayne Hills offensive line today to open up those holes for the running backs.
If we see more than 2 or 3 touchdowns, I'll be surprised today.
Same with me.
2nd and 9. Backside of the pro set. Handoff goes to Hubinger. He's to the 40. Tackled by Grego across the 40-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 5. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Most likely a passing down, but in the cold, we don't know how much passing we'll see today.
That's right.
Vina to the far side as a receiver. 3rd and 5. Shear in motion. Ciperski gives it to Burke up the middle. He needs 5. He won't get it. Grego's there for the Bears. And a good defensive stand from Bergenfield on the first drive. Grego coming up big several times. One of the captains. Hurley back to punt for Hills. Pinnell drops deep along with Valone for Bergenfield. They're the 2 wide receivers to watch. Can't be too much fun kicking in the cold.
No. Let's be thankful he's not a barefoot kicker.
Off the snap, Hurley's punt. Little bit low. Valone lets it go, bounces to the 30, and Wicks is there to down it around the 31. So now we'll see the Bears offense led by Tom Fasano. And what can be said that hasn't already been said about Tom Fasano? We talked about him in the pregame show. We've talked about him all year long. Probably the best quarterback Wayne Hills has faced this year.
Yeah, I would say definitely. He throws the ball well. He runs well. He can beat you long. He can throw short. Just an all-around good quarterback.
And he is experienced. He was here last year when Bergenfield won it all. Pinnell to the far side. Valone is the receiver to the near side. Backs in the eye on first down. Nogaki's the tailback. Handoff. Second man through is Nogaki. Bouncing off tacklers. He goes for about 5. Tom Wicks on the stop.
Gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Mike McNulty is the fullback. It's like they're going with 5 down linemen, Burke and Cisco as the linebackers, and a penalty flag is down as the Bears break the huddle. Too much time taken by Bergenfield.
A little bit of a break there for Wayne Hills.
They lose the 5 yards they had gained on the last play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The Hills secondary, Credidio and Hurley at the corners. Wicks is the safety. Second and 10 for Bergenfield. Fasano drops to throw. He wants Valone. Overthrown. Coverage by Shear.
Covering on the play, number 21, Sheriff.
Surprise there. Bergenfield going to the air early.
Throwing early, too. I guess why their hands are still warm.
If it gets any colder, I don't know.
The wind is incredible right now, Dave.
And you know it's worse down on the field.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're not feeling it here, but you can just hear it whistling outside, and you can just see the leaves and the dirt just blowing on the field.
What happened to the warm November weather?
Yeah.
3rd and 10. Fasano gives it up the middle. The fullback McNulty way short of the first down. Puglia stopped him at the 35. And the Bears will have to punt. This may be the kind of game we're seeing all day long here.
I think so, Dave. I don't think we're going to see a big offensive effort, that's for sure.
Field position will be so critical.
Yeah, definitely. because those 80-yard drives are not going to be easy to come by today, that's for sure.
Shear and Root drop deep. The punter is Scott Luke. Whistles stop the play, and again Bergenfield takes too much time.
And it looks like Bergenfield might be having a little bit of a mix-up on exactly what they're doing. That's the second time that's happened in the first possession.
That'll back the punter up a little bit, and it'll give Wayne Hills a little bit better field position to start their second drive.
As we said, field position is so important, and Wayne Hills getting a bit of a break right here, Dave.
Snap goes over Luke's head. He picks it up. He's in trouble.
The big arms. He sticks those up and makes the block. And then Tommy Wicks recovers at about the 30-yard line, and a big break for Wayne Hills right there.
And there's the first break of the game as Hills will take over at the 31. Joe Janish with the block. Luke picking up the snap. In trouble, tried to get it off, but just couldn't. He did get it off, but it was blocked. Ciperski brings him out. 1st and 10, Hills at the 31. Up the middle, Burke. Pickup of 2.
This thing keeps on shutting off.
Tackle by Ferreter and Grego. It's fine. 2nd and 8. 2 receivers to the far side, Wicks and Shear. Backs in the eye, Hubinger's the eye back. Hills trying to capitalize on a Bergenfield mistake. Pitch to Hubinger. He cuts in. He's got some room. Shut down at the 26 by Ferreter and Valone. Pickup of 3 and a rare mistake from Bergenfield. They're usually the kind of team that very disciplined, don't make too many mistakes.
Everything is very routine for them. Everything just seems to be done, and it's done well. And
3rd and 6 coming up.
A couple mix-up, Dave. Twice. It took too much time. We're penalized, and then the poor snap. But Wayne Hills has to capitalize right here.
2 receivers up top. Hubinger slips. Ciperski will keep it, and he's in trouble back at the 31. Don DeCepolo on the stop for the Bears.
Looked like the handoff was supposed to be to Hubinger there. He seemed to lose his footing. Ciperski wisely kept the ball himself.
4th and 11. Hills will go for it. They're way out of field goal range. Now Hurley and the punting team comes on, so Hills has decided to punt. Hurley will be looking to get it inside the 10. Valone and Pinnell drop deep. Hurley's kick takes a Bergenfield bounce and will be down to the 19, so a short kick by Hurley.
So Wayne Hills fails to capitalize on that big break that they had with the mix-up with the punting team at Bergenfield.
You don't get too many chances like that.
That's right. However, Bergenfield has the ball deep in their own territory.
Bergenfield and Fasano come out for the second time at their own 19, 5:24 on the scoreboard clock, opening quarter. No score. Wayne Hills and Bergenfield state playoff game. Fasano drops. No one open there. He rolls. This is where he's in trouble. Across the 25 to the 30 and hit down at the 33. First down, Fasano. Tackle by Credidio.
And that's
so
what we're
good
talking about when he's on the open field. Look out. Wayne Hills has to be conscious on the fact that he can do that, and they have to make sure that they take precautions to prevent that.
Bears get the first down of the game. First and 10 at the 33. Fasano on the roll. Keeps it on the option. He's got a couple of yards. Cisco on the stop along with Burke at the 37. Pickup of about 4, though.
4 and 6, Donnie. Gain of 5 in the second. I don't know what that is up on the scoreboard.
Second and 6. Bears break the huddle. Pennell in motion. Up the middle, Nogaki, second man through, hammered by Gorman at the 39.
Good hit by Gorman right there. Stops him in his tracks. Then drives him back, too.
Bring up a...
My toes are... They're just off my feet. You know.
We'll look for them later on. Third and 4. Fasano drops, looks, throws, tip, Malone's caught it! Bounces off Wicks, inside the 40, still going. Fighting for yardage, there's a flag down. Malone to the 32, but let's check the flag.
That ball was tipped by Wayne Hills and right into the hands.
Chop block on Bergenfield, they'll bring it back.
And it's another big break for Wayne Hills, Dave. They really have to capitalize on these breaks, you know? I mean, Wayne Hills just can't just expect these things to keep continuing.
It's almost as if someone wants them to win.
Yeah.
It'll bring it back to the 40-yard line of Bergenfield. And how about Valone running with the ball?
Although the play doesn't count, I think it's just a good illustration of how powerful he is and what a threat he can be.
He's a big guy, 6'3", 220.
And can run quickly.
Brings up a 3rd and 3 off the penalty. Fasano goes back to the air. Why not? He's been successful. Too high for Pennell. Presidio
Almost
was there.
intercepted by Wicks. Off the hands of Tommy Wicks.
So the Bears will be forced to punt. And Wayne Hills had a chance with a break. Couldn't capitalize, and Bergenfield had a chance there, but they got called back for the penalty. Root and Shear are deep to return the punt of Scott Luke. High snap again. Luke brings this one down. Good kick. Shear backpedals inside the 10, inside the 5. Luckily for Hills, it rolls in the end zone.
Good punt right there.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Hills.
So it's going to be a pretty long drive for Wayne Hills.
2:44 left in this opening quarter.
Ciperski again at quarterback for Wayne Hills.
Makes you think that Daly's probably going to be out for most of the game, or all the game.
So, yeah.
First and 10 at the 20. Hubbinger, second man through, goes nowhere. Tackle by DeCepolo. Bring up a 2nd and 10, and Hills hasn't been running much against Bergenfield.
No, so far we haven't seen any substantial gains.
Remember, in the first game, they ran really well against them early on.
It was mostly McAndrew, too, and we haven't seen him.
We haven't seen him yet.
Ball today so far. They've gone with basically Hubbinger and Burke so far.
2nd and 10, Burke comes out of the backfield, lines up on the side there. Pitch to Hubbinger. Cuts up, but he's not much as he swarmed at the 20. Looks like he lost some yards on that. Grego leading the way.
And that Bears defense really looks strong. They are really tough.
Maybe a scoreless tie.
Please, Steve.
We do have overtime.
Yes, we do.
Third and 10. Ciperski pitches to Hubbinger. Again, they stay on the ground, and Hubbinger's down, loss of 3. DeCepolo on the stop, and Hills has yet to put the ball in the air.
Hills has yet to get a first down.
Hurley back to punt. Pennell and Valone drop deep, and now Bergenfield's going to have good field position off this.
He's got to make sure he gets that ball out of there.
The D-men are standing at their own, at the Hills 40. Anticipating a short punt. Low snap. Good job by Hurley. Picks it up, gets it off, kick is short. They'll stay away from it. And Hills will down at the 43, so the Bears have a great opportunity here to start in Hills territory. And the way the kicking has gone, you've got to think Hurley must be kicking into the wind.
Yeah. Also, I think when it's cold, it's a lot harder to kick the ball. The ball's harder.
Your foot is non-existent.
Yeah.
First and 10, Bears come out at the 43 with Fasano. Scoreless game, late first quarter. Fasano drops, in trouble. Burke on pursuit, gets away, looks, throws. Incomplete, it's way short of Pinnell.
And good pressure right there by Wayne Hills, almost a sack.
They couldn't catch him though, and there he was, running and throwing.
And Bergenfield's showing that they're not afraid to throw the ball no matter what the weather.
Good height, good size for Fasano as well, 6'2", 185.
Yes.
So we know he can take a hit. Second and 10, although he doesn't take many hits.
No, he doesn't.
Good question. You thrown into the wind or against the wind? With the wind or against the wind? With the wind.
Second and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nogaki goes through a hole to the 38. Good run, but it'll be short of the first. Puglia on the stop. Third and 5 coming up. And that's it for the first quarter of play here at Bergenfield. No score. We've got a good one. First play, second quarter. Third down for Bergenfield at the 38. Flags are down. They give to Nagaki. He goes nowhere. Bonnet stops him at the line. And the penalty's going to be on Bergenfield.
Bergenfield really penalized today so far, making a lot of careless mistakes.
A little bit of sloppy play from them early on.
Dave, as I said before, it's going to be a war.
That's the quote of the day,
The
folks.
quote of the day. I took that from a Wayne Hills player who, when I asked him his opinion of the game during the week, he told me that he feels it's going to be a war. And I kind of like that, and I thought I'd use that.
I like that, too. Can you give us the name of the player?
Raymond Vina, number... what's his number?
46.
Number 46.
Off the penalty, 3rd and 11 back at the 44. It's going to be a war. All right. 3rd and long, backs in the eye. Fasano on the ground to the fullback. McNulty breaks tackles, but is hammered at the 35 by Burke. And he's going to be short of the first by 2 yards. Terry, an interesting observation. As Bergenfield goes right to left, as Hills did in the first quarter, they're going against the wind and they're going to keep it on the ground.
That's right.
In the first quarter, Fasano kept the ball in the air with the wind. I think we may see Hills do that in the second quarter.
Maybe.
They're going to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 2.
Wayne Hills is usually pretty tough in situations like this.
What do they have to do, Terry? They have to tighten their chin straps.
They have to tighten those chin straps and suck it up.
4th and 2. McNulty stopped at the line. Second effort might have got him. Shear led the way, but good second effort by McNulty. I thought they had him stopped there.
I thought so too.
He got the 2 he needed. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Moves the chains because Bergenfield 4 more downs to work with. Fasano keeps it on the option, stays with it.
Good
Burke's
tackle
got
by
him.
Burke. Good tackle by Bobby Burke right there.
Gain of 1, maybe 2.
Bobby Burke showing good speed, just runs off the line and makes a good hit.
One of the keys on the Wayne Hills defense. 2nd and 8. Winner of this game plays the winner of Wayne Valley and Lincoln in 2 weeks. Those two teams are playing in Union City today. Handoff, Nogaki up the middle. Good running for Nogaki inside the 20 to the 15. First down, Bears. You feel the momentum starting to go to Bergenfield. There really was none in that first quarter.
That's right.
First and 10 at the 16. Off the run by Nogaki. Here come the Bears. 2 first downs in a row here as they're driving. Fasano keeps it. Burke is chasing him. Fasano gets away, cuts upfield. He's got 9 yards. Inside the 10, tackled by Isaacson.
And their running game really looks good so far today.
Bergenfield's the kind of team they just find a way to beat you.
That's right.
Second and 2.
Gave him 8 on the last play. 2nd and 2. Ball is at the 8. The sun is out. Do you feel it?
Oh, I feel it, David. I'm actually getting a little warm in here. God, I wish we could.
Might have to start taking some layers off. Handoff, Nogaki up the middle. Good hitting.
Burke with a solid hit. What a shot.
It's going to be close to the first down. Yeah, they mark him a little short. 3rd and short coming up. If you're looking for a hard hit, give Bob Burke a call, huh?
Well, you can call 3 people. You call Bobby Burke, you can call Ken Cisco, and you call Gorman. And North McAndrew, I still remember the Indian Hills hit.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
We can still hear that one.
Oh, my God. That was such a shot.
They're going to measure to see if he's got the first.
I don't think he's got it.
No, he's short. Fasano shows the coach how much he's got to go.
Anxious to see if Bergenfield is stopped here, if they go for the field goal or if they go for the 7.
Remember in the first game, they weren't going for field goals.
That's right. But in a game like this,
yeah,
I think Wayne Hills at the time didn't have the respect that they have now.
3rd and short. McNulty and Nogaki are the runners. Fasano gives it to Nogaki. Looks like he's got it. That's the signal from the Bear players anyway. We'll wait for the official word. First down and goal, Bergenfield at the 5. Gorman on the stop.
It is a first down. Just inside the 5 yards.
Remember, every score is pivotal in a game like this, and Hills has to tighten up. 1st and goal. McNulty to the 2. Burke and Cisco on the stop. Oh, they marked that one at the 3. 2nd and goal.
It will be a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Zalone to the far side, Pinnell to the near side. I don't think they're going to see him throwing here, though. They try Nogaki up the middle. Touchdown, Dave Nogaki. And the Bears strike first. Hills will have to play come from behind here.
And this extra point kick right here is very important also.
They're going to go for 2, Ter.
A little surprised at that call.
Bergenfield will go for 2. Fasano pitches to Nogaki. Tries to get around Isaacson. Heads for the corner. He's in. Nogaki found the corner of the end zone, and Bergenfield leads 8-0. And a tough set of circumstances right there.
Very tough.
Nogaki will kick it off for Bergenfield. They're up 8-0. Back deep is Shear. We'll see if Wayne Hills can come back from this deficit. 7:21 left in the second quarter. Nogaki's kick is short. Taken by one of the up men. Looked like Credidio across the 35 to the 36. Tackle by Rene Torres, who comes off injured, holding his hand. First and 10 Patriots at the 36. Let's see if they go to the air. They've got the wind with them. Up the middle, Burke. Fights for 3. Tackle by Chamberlain. Bring up a 2nd and 7. Shear in motion. Burke. Flags are down as Burke goes for maybe a yard. Wayne Hills has not been able to establish the run here in the first half.
Not at all, really. The Bergenfield defense has been incredible. And it seems like the offensive line in Wayne Hills is having a lot of trouble opening up holes because as soon as the running backs are crossing the line of scrimmage, they're just getting hammered.
Penalty on Wayne Hills. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift against Wayne Hills. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. Moving back to the 35. Bergenfield winning the battle of the linemen so far.
Yes, that's right.
Second and 11. Ciperski's going to throw it for the first time, looking for Shear. Behind him a bit. Covered by Valone and Cannell. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 11. Pagano comes in with the play. Pagano to the near side along with Shear. Shear comes in motion to the far side. Ciperski drops to throw, dumps it off to Hubbinger on the screen. But Hubbinger doesn't go far before he meets number 43, Don DeCepolo, and Hills will be forced to punt. Terry, what do you do to get things going here if you're Hills?
I don't know, Dave. It just seems to be that the fundamental things aren't working. They're running the ball like they usually do. It's just that they're just not getting the holes for the running backs to run through, you know? It just seems as soon as they cross that line of scrimmage, there's somebody there to hammer.
Hurley to punt. He's got the win now. We'll see if that helps him any. Flag stop the play. Too much time taken by Hills. That's the 3rd delayed game penalty we've seen in this first half.
Popular call today, and something that we haven't seen too much this year.
You know, talk a little bit about the bad snap Bergenfield had. They had a little trouble. You know, they're snapping with the wind or against the wind.
That's
so
right.
they may be having trouble as far as
That's
the wind
right.
affecting the snaps.
Good point, Dave.
I noticed that time. Good snap this time for Hurley to take. Kick is
Strange.
not bad. Strange is a good word, but it gets a Hills bounce.
Out of bounds.
Kind of
Out at the 21.
an odd rotation of that ball.
I was going to say it was off the side of his foot, but he got some good distance on it.
Yeah, well, Hurley has strong legs. He can afford to miss hit the ball and still get some good yardage on his punts.
Bergenfield will start. We'll call it the 20.
Slow-moving quarter. 5:40 still left in this quarter right here. Left in the half.
1st and 10 for Bergenfield at the 20. Fasano slips, gets back up, options it off, but for a loss of a couple. Nogaki on the option, and he lost a yard. Hubbinger on the stop. Bring up a 2nd and 12, he lost 2 yards. Bears come out. Fasano gives it Nogaki, 2nd man through. Nothing for Nogaki. He got to the 20. Gorman was there, along with Cisco and Bonnet. Bring up a 3rd and 11. Terry, a little later on, there's a big game today. Of course, by the time this is aired, it'll be done. Oklahoma and Nebraska. And,
that's right, and we were paralleling the 2 games at the significance of each.
I don't think it's going to be quite as cold there.
No, I don't think so, Dave.
Just a guess. 3rd and 11. Fasano in a passing down will keep it on the ground with DeCepolo. He goes to the 23, but the Bears will have to punt. Scott Luke will come out. Burke made the last stop. Terry, do you have a prediction on that Husker-Sooner game today?
Yeah, I think the Sooners are going to take it, Dave.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Huskers.
Are you really? No, not me. And I don't want to, make you feel bad, Dave, but I am a little better at picking those games than you are.
We'll see about this one.
All right.
But your record certainly stands up. Shear is deep to return the punt from Luke. Low snap. Luke picks it up. And it was blocked, but whistle stopped the play.
And it could be a big break for Wayne Hills. They're saying his knee touched.
So Luke is down there, and a weird break, but a big one.
Something you don't see very much.
And again, the Bears are having a lot of trouble with their snaps.
That's right. Now, Wayne Hills has to capitalize somehow here.
1st and goal at the 9. Let's see if the Patriots could get in the end zone here. They trail 8-0. Got 4 shots to get 9 yards. Ciperski, he's going to throw it. He's got Root. Touchdown, Root. Flag's down. There's a flag down. Illegal shift. They'll bring it back. And a roar from the crowd.
Bad break for Wayne Hills. Illegal shift. Dave, can you explain that to me, please?
I believe 2 men were in motion. Only 1 man can go in motion. We're not in Canada. In the CFL, anyone can go in motion. They play a different game up there. So they forgot to mark the penalty off.
Hey, move it back 5 yards, guys.
Tough break. Surprising call. Hill's going to the air, and it worked.
Executing, but...
It's just one of those times where they say, geez, we had it.
Well, they had a taste.
That's right. Now, a little confusion here. They moved the ball back to the 12. My math isn't that good, but that's not 5 yards.
No.
1st and goal at the 12. Burke. Inside the 10, and then he's driven back.
Mike
Mike McNulty on the stop. along with Chamberlain. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 8, so Hill's got a semi-break. They got a 3-yard penalty instead of 5.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Every little bit counts.
That's right.
It's a game of inches, but that's baseball. But I guess that can be football, too.
Dave, you're in a little bit of a silly mood today.
It must be the Colts.
Yeah, I think so. It
does strange things to you. 2nd and goal. Shear in motion. Ciperski rolls out. He's going to keep it. Gets inside the 5. And it'll be 3rd and goal for Hills. And
back about a play, but under 16, Stevens.
I was talking, I believe, one of the Wayne Hills players this week. They're saying Ciperski is deceptively very quick.
Yeah?
Yeah, they said for the size and all, he's a very quick quarterback. 3rd and goal at the 3. Pagano's in the near side as a receiver. Ciperski gives it to Hubinger. He didn't get in. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ron Vallone was up there. 4th down, decision time.
You got to go for it, I would think.
It looks like he is going to go for it. He's going to call timeout. Timeout, Wayne Hills. They trail 8-0.
Timeout on the field, Wayne Hills.
So the decision is Dietrich's going to attempt a 20-yard field goal off the hold of Joe Vina. A decision I like, Tara. Snap's good. Hold is good. Dietrich's kick is plenty good. And with that wind, he had more than enough leg on it. So with 2:02 left in the first half, Wayne Hills is on the board, and it's Bergenfield 8, Wayne Hills 3. Wayne Hills, Dietrich will kick it off. Back deep is Ron Vallone and Dave Nogaki. Ball falls off the tee. Let's talk about that decision, Terry. I say it's a decision that I like because I think those 3 points, the short points, will help them in the long run.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. With that 2-point conversion that Indian Hills had, a touchdown might even lead to not even the lead. Now a touchdown is assuring them a lead if they can hold Bergenfield to not scoring anymore.
Ball fell off the tee. Again, they might want to get someone to hold it here. Just another illustration of the winds we have today. Dietrich's kick, a little bit short. Ferreter will take it at the 18, across the 25 to the 30. Comes to the sideline. McAndrew knocks him out at the 31. Good return by Ferreter, a linebacker. And the Bears start at the 31. About 2 minutes left. Do you try a 2-minute drill? They're going against the wind. I don't think we're going to see much.
I think they might just, maybe a few running plays. I don't think they're going to be too gung-ho on, taking any risky plays on perhaps chancing a turnover. But I don't think they're just going to sit still here either.
Pisano brings them out. Let's see what the tri-captain does. Rolls out. Losing yards. He lost about 5. Good tackle by Hurley. And that's what they have to do. When he goes out like that, they've got to stop him behind the line. 2nd and 15.
You gotta come out Visano from both directions because he'll stop, turn around, and just go the other way.
Make no mistake, he's had a good first half, but I think Hills has controlled him a bit.
Pretty well.
He tried a lot of passes in that first quarter. 2nd and 15 now for the Bears. Second man through is Nogaki. Burke stops him at the 31. Gets the 5 back they lost on the previous play. And we have Wayne Hills timeout. That's their second. All right, so 3rd and 10 for Bergenfield as they break the huddle. Hills calling that timeout because I think they're anticipating a chance to score before the end of the half. Got to stop him here first. Handoff up the middle. McNulty goes for a yard, maybe 2. That's it. Burke's there again. He's been all over the place.
As usual, Dave.
How much time we got on the clock?
We have 47 seconds left, David.
Timeout on the field, Wayne Hills.
Wayne Hills uses their final timeout to stop the clock. Bergenfield will come out to punt. 4th and 8 for Bergenfield.
You like ice cream or something?
And they're gonna go for it on 4th down. Fasano gives it to Nogaki, who fights to the 40. He's gonna be awful close to the first down, but I don't think he got it. The Bears think he did. Let's wait for the spot. No, he didn't get it. Hills will take over, 1st and 10 at the 41. 41 seconds, that's a little bit of time to work with. We'll take a timeout for measurement here. From here, I don't know why they're measuring. It does not look... Ridiculous measurement. Wayne Hill starts at the 41-yard line.
You're really a little crazy today, Dave.
Why is that, Tom?
Ridiculous measurement.
Well, it was.
It was kind of funny. He's up about 5 yards.
No, the 2 footballs. I mean, it wasn't even close. But at any rate, 1st and 10, Hills at the 41-yard line. Ciperski, play action, looks, throws over the middle for Shear. Oh, he dropped it. He had him.
In his hands. Perfectly thrown ball. Right there.
Luke, a linebacker, had the coverage, but Shear was right in the middle of that defense and couldn't hold on to it. But in defense of Lance Shear, I'm sure his hands are a little chilly.
Yeah.
Receivers are wearing gloves, and after this play, we'll talk about that a little bit. 2nd and 10. Ciperski drops, throws, little screen to Pagano. Knocked out. He's inbounds. No gain, and Pagano almost lost that ball.
Yeah.
3rd and 9, they give him a yard quickly. Receivers wearing gloves. Is it harder to catch with gloves?
I don't know, Dave. A lot of the pros do it and seem to do it pretty effectively. Al Toon wears gloves, and I've never seen him drop a pass that was even within 5 feet of him.
A lot